Yeah. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. We are discussing about what are the special cases or required the training programs. So as we see in the new employee orientation in case of any new process, new plant or new material which is introduced into the existing operations, even any changes in the safety procedures or any the updates about the hazards, and also in case of declining or not meeting the safety performance requirements, or the safety performance is not up to the mark, then the situation, the increasing of incident rates and also the labor turnover, keep on the people are changing or the rotation of people. Then excessive waste, rejects and also scrap are noticed. Even excessive waste, it is not relating to safety, but it is related to environment. Any rejections happens or more scrap which is generated. In these certain cases, specifically we need to conduct the training programs. Now we'll see how the training program can be designed and developed. So there are various things we have to keep in mind while designing and developing a program. So it should be the motivation should be the first condition of any type of training. So there will be definitely a motivation behind the training program. Motivation is nothing but the goal and objective why we are doing this training program. So the number of lessons and the content to teach should be well designed and before ahead, and steps or sequence of topics should be decided. So what are the various topics or the lessons, what kind of content you are going to discuss or you are going to present with the people. So it should be ready before, and also the sequence of the topic should be decided, and also steps. So what are the, if you're doing multiple topics, so what is the sequence of topics, how we are doing now? We started with the management, then we have seen the principles, and also we have seen the functions of the management. And out of the 4 functions, we have seen organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Then we went into the trainings. That is how we have to sequence the content or the topics which you are going to train. Then the amount to be taught in a unit period and should not be too large or too small. So what is the size of or the quantity of material which you are going to teach, or the content you are going to cover in a required period or in certain period? For example, you are having half an hour session. So you may do a one topic. You are planning for 1 hour session. You may plan for 2 topics. Such a way, the topic should not be very very low or very high. It should be moderate. And the objective of the training should be decided, and the training process should move towards it, and the training procedure should be developed, and a list of training aids should be prepared. So objectives should be decided. Then based on the objective, the training process should go towards it. So to achieve that object, then the training procedure should be developed. So how it is going to be done, the training. So identification of people, then allocation of resources, then list of training aids. So what are the various resources which is required? It should be prepared. Then the task to be performed should not be described only, but it should be demonstrated in actual or simulated condition. In the sense, instead of theoretical training, after the theoretical training, we should also do a practical training. We do explain a safety belt, how the safety belt or full body harness look like. We do discuss about the T-shackle, we do discuss about all the buckles, we do discuss about the hooks, everything. And also we have to ask them to wear in front of us, or we have to wear the safety belt and we have to show how it should be locked. And doing is important than the hearing and or seeing. Practice makes perfect. So once first we'll give the theoretical knowledge on the safety belt, then we'll use the safety belt and we'll wear the safety belt and we'll explain how to wear the belt. Then we'll ask them to demonstrate the same with the participants. The demonstration by the teacher should be followed by a learner, which is trainee, as soon as possible before he forgets it. And also the teacher should be given feedback or knowledge of the results. So once the teacher performs the demonstration, in the same time, we should give opportunity to the learners also or trainees also before they forget it. And questions of the learners should be properly replied and also discussed at the all the stages. So whenever they got doubt, we should not keep the question and answers in the any session in the last until unless it is very much required. Otherwise, in the whatever the stage and whatever the time, if the trainees got a doubt, it should be cleared at that stage or at that moment. An ample practice opportunity should be provided and practice encouraged. So we have to give a sufficient amount of time to practice the training. So what we sample amount of time with respect to safety, we'll give a firefighting training. So to do an operation of a fire hydrant or how to hold a fire hose, how to hold the nozzle, and also we do give an operation of how to open the valve and open the shut of the valves, and we have to give training on fire extinguisher operations, and also we give training on full body shower or eye wash towers, how to use even PPEs also. So some kind of PPEs, for example, nose mask, how to use it, how to maintain full face mask or half face mask. Sometimes we'll get the cartridge mask. So how those masks can be used. We have to give some ample amount of time, which means sufficient time to get addicted with that practice. And frequent and accurate knowledge with examples like pictures or any practicals, etc., speeds up the learning rate and etc. So instead of only theory, we can show some pictures or videos so that the trainees can learn faster. Now we'll see what are the various methods and strategies towards the training. So if you see the basic two methods are there, one is a theoretical or a formal classroom method, what we do in our education from first to the degree completion of our graduations or masters. Then practical or informal training or job place. So where we do on-the-job training. Once we have completed our graduation, we'll go for an internship or training. There we perform the job on our own or by hands-on experience we'll get. And there are basically two basic goals. One is to explain the workers to know the job and to do it correctly. Another one is to be certain that he knows how to do it correctly. These are the two basic goals behind the training. What he have to do it and how he has to do it correctly. Now we'll see what are the various methods. So how a training can be delivered. So the first one, what I'm doing, lecture method, then a discussion method, a case study method, a role play method, sending it to the training centers, where a person will go to the training center and he will stay there for 1-2 days. I mean, based on the training program, then he will attend the training and come back. Now we'll see lecture method. It is the oldest method. Yeah, it is the oldest and most basic method. The well-planned lectures can cover large amount of information in the less time and more useful when participants are more or their involvement is less required. So wherever you are going to convey a larger information, wherever the participants' involvement is less required. For example, any seminars, there the hundreds of people will join. In the seminars, the involvement of participants will be very less. The speaker will come, he will give the seminar and go. So there the lecture method is very good, suitable. The discussion method, useful with small number of people in a group. So maybe it is discussion method is more suitable with our case. So in between we'll discuss. There is a small set of people. There is no the large number. We are just 30 or below 50. Then case study method. So accident case study is presented explaining how an actual accident happened or imaginary accident can happen. So this we do was lessons learned So we used to display what are the lessons we learned from the previous accidents. Maybe I have seen some organizations, they used to present these situations also, how the things went wrong on specific activity. For example, especially for the trainees, they used to project all these lessons learned and also what are the various accidents or the potential unsafe actions or unsafe conditions will be there in the job which they are going to perform. Then a role play method. So it is a form of learning by doing, but in a simulation, the simulated situation, the trainees are given a situation like in the case of study method, but instead of just discussing it, they resolve the problem by acting out a role of the people or involved. So here we'll give a situation that, so you have to assemble a job or we ask them to wear the safety belt and perform how you will be hooking it. That is a role play method. Somebody will do an action, by that they can demonstrate or they can teach. Then sending it to training center, as I mentioned, going to the institutions or attending seminars or attending workshops, any special courses, and utilize external resources for the required training. If we are going for external, okay, these are the various types of training methods. A lecture method, a discussion method where we do a group discussions, a case study method where we take the real-time scenario or any imaginary cases and we will explain the situation. Then role play method, somebody will do the role and they will perform the role. Even especially this role play, even we could see in the skit during the National Safety Week celebrations, there is no voice, but they will perform the unsafe actions and unsafe situations, how they solve it. Even do's and don'ts also they used to perform. It's the kind of role play method. They will do some actions without, I mean, sometimes the voice also they can do it. Otherwise, with the gestures or postures, they will convey the information. Then sending the employees or the people to the training center based on the training requirement. Another one is job instruction. Yeah. Yeah, Raju.
Sir, nowadays the companies is doing the virtual training. The virtual training is coming in what kind of method?
So now we are doing virtual training, right?
Yeah.
Either it
That
will
is
come under
what kind of, is it a
discussion method or lecture method? Because the virtual trainings, maybe sometimes thousands of people also will join in virtual. There also the people involvement is very less if it is a seminar. Hence, our discussion it is with respect to the training program. Now the involvement is very much required. Our topic will come under discussion method. I mean, the more close to, sometimes it may fall under lecture method also. Hope you got your answer. Then job instruction training. This is another method. So it is useful to train the supervisors who is in turn to train the employees. So job instruction training in all steps. So this is basically given for the supervisory level of people. The supervisory level of people is going to train their subordinates. Then preparing the trainee, how we have to prepare the trainee. So prerequisites of training. So before attending a job, so what kind of the basic requirements the trainee should have, or he should know the minimum things or the basic instructions. Then demonstrating the job. So if I take an example of assembling a small engine, so we will the supervisor will demonstrate and having the trainee performed on the job. So we'll give some time to perform the activity, then checking the frequently the trainee's performance. Then we'll prepare the trainee, then we'll do a demonstration of the job, what we are expecting the trainee to do. Then the trainees will do the job. Then we'll do a frequent supervision on the performance, how they are performing. That is a job training, a job instruction training. So this can be related to safety as firefighting training. So we have a fire commander or safety officer who gets the training from additionally or externally, like you people, maybe practical training. Then you will be training your identified firefighters. So then before training, you will explain what is mean by fire or fire triangle or fire tetrahedron. Then what are the various extinguishing methods. Then we talk about what are the all fire extinguishing equipments we have, like hose box, hose reel, even hose, nozzles. Then how to turn on the wheel of the single hydrant. Then how to control, what is the technique supposed to be used to hold the nozzle or the fire hose. Then we also demonstrate. We'll demonstrate how to hold the fire hose and nozzle. Then we'll ask them to perform. And then we will see their performance, whether their technique is correct while holding the fire hose. All these things can be related with the firefighting training. Then programmed instructions. So these programmed instructions are given in a book form, or a trainers learn it and answer the questions or solve the problem. And the system has a mechanism of learning, checking, and relearning. This is basically the learning platforms or learning management systems. This is completely, it is an online program. Maybe sometimes maybe a book, sometimes maybe it is completely, it is run through in the system. So you'll be, once you have joined, a set of training programs will be assigned to you at the new joining. So you have to listen all the trainings. Then end of each training, you will get some question and answers. You have to answer all these questions. If you meet the required score, then you will go to the next module. You will complete all the trainings. So here you learn and you will check your knowledge. Then if it is not meeting the requirement, then again you will go back and relearn. That is another method. Programmed instructions. Here, a person involvement will not be there. It is completely the computer programmed sessions. Then a project work. So the project work is giving to the trainees. They apply their knowledge to a practical situation. This is also one kind of a training where we give an opportunity, or where we give a problem to the trainees to solve that. Okay. So that is about the methods of training. Now we'll see what are the types of safety training. So if you see a safety training, there are formal and informal. A formal training may be a general or specific. If you see the general trainings, what and all will be included? Induction course for the new employees, ongoing safety training, which means based on the safety training calendar. So monthly or quarterly, based on the calendar, it will go. And the safety representative training. So safety representative means what? Safety stewards or safety champions or safety committee members. For them, we do a training programs. And supervisory training. So these are the first line supervisors, especially for the shop floor. And senior and middle management training program. So we do for them also. Senior and middle management, basically, we do on mock drills and fire drills. And also we do on emergency situation handling, how they should act, like site controller or incident controller. What is the role of first aid coordinator or firefighting coordinator or evacuation coordinator, and what will be the role of a licensing person in case of any emergency situation happens, how he will coordinate with the government officials and also the peer companies to get their support in part of ambulance or in part of any firefighting materials, in part of any fire tender support. Then directors training. So this directors training will be in part of complaints with respect to the latest legislations, etc., high level. Then with respect to specific trainings, maybe a safety system of work, which is nothing but work permit system or particular operations or any potential hazards, which is high, and also guarding is not feasible. Maybe some kind of situations where there is no safety control at all. So there, for example, if you see hazard hierarchy control, Anybody knows hazard hierarchy control? Any guess?
Here, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That elimination,
Fail
substitution.
expert. Engineering control.
Engineering controls, sir. Administrative controls.
Mm-hmm.
Elimination,
Then,
substitution,
PPs.
PPs.
Okay. Which is most effective and which is least effective?
Elimination is the most effective, sir. Least is PPE.
Okay. Perfect. So for the sake of others, so basically there is a hazard hierarchy control. Hierarchy is nothing but what is the flow you should follow, who should be come first and who should be last. So if you see, this is the least control because it is very sharp, and here there is a huge place. This is the large, the control is very high. Okay. So here we'll start with the elimination. So whenever you say hazard hierarchy control, so we should think on this. Either I can able to eliminate or either I can able to remove the hazard permanently from that place or that hazard. If this is not possible, then we'll go for a substitution method. If I take an example of a chemical, so there is a chemical which is highly dangerous or hazardous in nature. So whether I see for whether I can eliminate this chemical from the operations, but most probably it is not possible because this is your product. The customer won't, there is no other customer if you remove this chemical from your chemical formula. Then I look for another chemical which is not so dangerous or hazardous, but it will give the same quality of the product. Then I'll see a substitution. Either in one case, the substitution is okay. If substitution also not there, there is no other chemical I should incorporate in my process. Then I'll go for an engineering controls. Engineering control, what will be there? So I look for any leak detections. I do an closed operations, and I do arrange all the firefighting systems, and I do put process parameters monitoring so that in case of any deviations happens, I can able to trigger it immediately. Then administrative controls in addition to engineering controls. But most widely suitable is engineering control. It is widely accepted or it is implementable, or sometimes substitution also, but widely engineering controls are widely accepted. So in administrative control, what number will come? We'll get trainings, then we'll get work instructions, then we may get standard operating procedures.
Yes, SOP.
Then we'll have posters or signages for do's and don'ts. Then we also have supervision. So these and all fall under administrative kind of control. And the last one, which is PPE. Yeah, please. Sorry.
Yeah. These are the elimination, then substitution, then engineering practice.
Engineering, then administrative, then PPEs.
PPs.
Yeah.
In this, any role of the barrier is there? Barriers
all comes under engineering controls only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, use safety signage are the administrative control, sir. Safety signage boards.
Yes, signage boards are administrative controls. Even barriers, sensors, auto cutoff, then emergency stop buttons, exhaust system, scrubbing system. What kind of any control which is coming, it will come under engineering controls. Then PPEs, which are suitable. This is the last resort. If these all controls are failed, this is the last one. At least they can safeguard themselves. They can immediately go away from that immediate vicinity. Okay, this is how we have to do the, once you have identified a hazard, you have to follow the same approach. Then only we can able to minimize the accidents. Okay. Good. Basically, it covers another topic, but we had a chance here itself. Hope this topic is clear, right? Hazard hierarchy control. Okay. We have another 7 minutes. Fine, we can finish it. Then specific trainings are first aid trainings and also specific item of plant or equipment. I can say usage of SCBA, self-contained breathing operators, or any specialized PPEs, fire hydrant system or fire hydrant equipment, and use of PPE and fire precautions and safety inspections, change of job for which the worker is not trained. In case of a person is job rotation happened, then there also we need to have a specific training program. A role of the workers in emergency planning in case of any emergency happens. Then techniques of safety audit, HAJOB, HAJON, FTA, ETA. So hazard operability study, hazard analysis, fault tree analysis, event tree analysis. These all are the accident investigation techniques. Then HAJOB is the process deviations where we do for the manufacturing processes. Then safe permit system, which is nothing but work permit system. Then how we'll evaluate? Okay, we have identified the need, then we have assessed that, then we have defined the goals and objectives. We have conducted the training program. The training program is done. Now we are doing evaluation, the effectiveness of the training. So how we'll do the effectiveness of the training? There are the various areas. There you can see the effectiveness, or you can observe the effectiveness. One is increase in quality and quality of the production. Yes, everything is coming well. Previously, so many rejections. Increase in production rate. In our case, what we say? Reduction in accident rate. Increase in reporting of number of near misses. Increase in knowledge, skill, and ability about the job performance, like compliance with all the safety requirements. Increase job satisfaction and motivation. So no injuries, everybody is coming happily and going happily. Decrease in accident rate, yes, all it is covered. Decrease in production time, breakage or usage or consumable items. Then decrease in absenteeism, decrease in labor turnover. There is no people keep on changing. And decrease in job turnover, decrease in operational cost, or refinement of human behaviors towards intended objectives and goals, and safety outlook interests, and also safety mindedness, production quality, and orientation. So these are the various points we can observe upon the training which you have conducted. If you have conducted training program about near miss reporting, so previously there is no near miss reporting system at all. Now you have started a training program. Now we are getting monthly 200, 300 near miss reports. Then before there is no safety suggestion system. You have started giving safety suggestion training. You have given the training. Then you have put safety suggestion box. Then you have made in a small template to fill the suggestion. Now started getting safety suggestions. By these two activities, your number of hazards are addressed before, which is leading to accident. Automatically, the accident rate will decrease. That is also one kind of evaluation of training. You can see the effectiveness. The last one, competence building technique. It is nothing but instead of theoretical training. So how you are building the competence, or which means the confidence on the training which you have conducted. So the basic objective of any training is to generate or build competence in the participants. What is meant by competence? We used to call it as competent person. Have you heard about competent person?
Yes, sir. It is the capability to do work which is it is assigned.
Okay.
Or it has a master's in that, so it can perform the job properly.
Okay. Who have authorization, who have trained, who have skilled to perform certain jobs, and for that with this needs also authorization. So in our case, competent person, we used to conduct our tools and tackles, lifting tools and tackles calibrations by the competent person. How is he is authorized by the inspector of factories,
government authority.
Government authority. He is having such a qualifications, and he is having authority to perform various jobs like testing, inspections, giving certificates, and also some third parties will have also authorization for conducting safety audits also. That is how it is. That is competence. So whenever we are conducting a training, so basically what we do, we generate or we build competence. Only knowledge is not sufficient. Just giving a theoretical concept, which is not going to fulfill the requirement. So we should give some ample amount of time for the practicing. Knowledge alone cannot give the competence or confidence of safe and successful working. Knowledge should be put into the practice by necessary training. So necessary training in the sense here, the practicals, the practical training. Then training shows the practical part of the knowledge and also generates competence of the work gradually. It means over a period of time, if the person is practicing the same activity, what will happen? He become competent. नींद में उठा के पूछेगा तो भी वो जवाब दे देगा. So he should become such a level. And competence is a safe working is necessary due to advancement in the technology, new process, new equipment, modification changes. The training is always required to become familiar with the things, in the sense all these technologies. Therefore, safety is an online function. It should not be end with any slogan, suggestion, or award or safety day celebrations. It should be always going. It is a continuous process. Okay, that is all about competence building technique. We have less than a minute. So it is basically, apart from theoretical knowledge, we should give some practical knowledge. We have to give some time to practice the skills which he got from the theoretical concept, so that they will get the confidence automatically. It